Hi, once again, this is part three. When this is Dion Devon Podcast, Chronicles and Reviews. We're here with a former retired MPD officer, Jay Jefferson, on his outstanding book that's running on Amazon, Lorton Penitentiary, Rules Are Meant to Be Broken. Outstanding book, great book. Please go out and buy the book on Amazon. All you have to do is call Amazon. Y'all know I have Amazon. I'm an Amazon Prime member myself and whatnot. So it's a great book and whatnot. So we're going to go back into questioning. The question that I want to ask you, Jay, is what was the most memorable experience you had in your years of working at Lorton Penitentiary?
It's hard to just come up with one memorable experience. I'm gonna say the whole experience was memorable. It made me who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but and let me say this: at nighttime down Lorton, um, after the 10 o'clock count clear,
Mm-hmm.
and you walk out of your dormitory and you look up to that Lorton sky and
Yeah, fresh air.
you smell that trash dump
Oh no,
mixed with the skunk in the air, and you take it, you
that
breathe
was
it
fresh.
in. Hey man, that was like my superpower,
And I
man. You
got
know,
sprayed down Lorton too.
hey, I believe it, I believe it. But I think the whole experience was memorable. I just can't say one memorable experiences. But
Mm-hmm.
I just think the camaraderie we had, the fun we had before we took our assignments, before roll call started, shooting pool, talking trash. Um, yeah, it was just so many, just so many. And let me say this about Lorton.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not really in the book, but I actually enjoy working there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
once you get established, you gotta go through your bumps. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
got to go through them, but once you get established, it was really enjoyable for me.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, you were one of the effective leaders in the D.C. Department of Corrections. Definitely, I know that. So, yeah, I got sprayed. I was going to a tower
Yeah,
on the second
you
half
had to
of
be
duty,
careful.
and I stumbled upon a skunk, and that thing sprayed me. And well, the good thing I had to go home with
Yeah,
pay.
look,
So,
that smell was unique.
oh my God.
Skunk mixed with the
Oh
Lord and
my God.
Dump. It
You
was
would
a unique
not.
smell.
Oh my
But the thing
God.
about it is you got used to it. It's the
Yes.
craziest thing.
It was a normal thing
Yeah,
down
you got
there.
used to it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a normal thing. And some of the officers used to feed their skunks. That's crazy.
I ain't feeding no skunk.
I'm not feeding those skunks.
Look,
Besides all the cats
look,
down
they had the
Lorden.
funniest name for cats. They might have a cat that used to call 20 to life and the Lorton cats names,
When
man.
one of the inmates used to call one of the cats, well, a Lakika. Lakika, you come here, Kika. I said, who you talking to?
The
He said,
Lorton
well, I'm talking to my cat.
the Lorton cats in their names, boy. I think what this cat had like 3 legs or something. They named him 20 to life, man. I was like, man, y'all wrong. Y'all wrong for that,
Uh,
man.
and the Washington D.C. Department of Corrections, what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
had a animal. They had a program for the inmates, and they might have it in other states as well, where they have the animals come in and the inmates train dogs and stuff. But at Lorden, they had cats and whatnot, and
Hmm.
so they had cats and everything. And you would be surprised when they were calm the inmates down and everything. The inmates are more compassionate and everything. Their whole attitude changed. Because I know some rough inmates that used to be down Lorden and they had attitude change. And you better not talk rough to that cat one night because he's ready to fight you.
Hmm.
You know how people we know we love our animals, and I know Nate is a big animal lover when he got a beautiful dog downstairs. When so it's she's beautiful and she's very attentive and she listened to him so it's animals are always a good thing and a good thing. A lot of people have emotional support dogs and some other stuff. Okay, in your opinion, um, what misconceptions do people have about correctional officers in prison life?
You know what? I'm not gonna say this is what I'm gonna say about that. don't know about the misconceptions, but I do know about the disrespect
Mhm.
that people have for correction officers because,
Yes.
and I'm gonna say this, and I'm talking about the DC government, right?
Hmm.
Firefighters got a pension,
Yes.
teachers got a pension,
Hmm.
police officers got a pension,
Hmm.
correction officers have pensions too.
Hmm.
It's no way you should have to work in a correctional environment, especially if you start at 21,
Yes.
right? You start at 21 till you get till it's time to collect Social Security.
Hmm.
To me, that is the worst thing.
Abuse.
It is abuse.
Hmm.
They should have the same retirement system as us,
Hmm.
as the Metropolitan Police Department.
Amen.
So, far as the misconception, no, it's not. It's the disrespect because
Hmm.
I think they're undervalued.
Yes.
And like I say, the police department. Let me say this: the police department is very dangerous.
Yes.
Policing is dangerous, but being a correctional officer is equally as dangerous,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Now, when correction, the danger is more overt. It's in your face. It's
Hmm.
all the time. It's constant, right? It's constant. Even when you leave to go home, you can't turn it off
Hmm.
because you got to come back the next day. So
Hmm.
it's always on your mind.
Hmm.
Policing is very dangerous too,
Hmm.
but you can find pockets to escape. You
Hmm.
know, you can find moments. You know, but in corrections, it's no moments. Everything is right there and it's present.
In your
So
face. Hmm.
yes, so DC government need to respect correctional officers the same way they respect
Hmm.
firefighters,
Hmm.
police officers, and teachers.
Hmm.
That's my personal opinion.
Hmm. And I agree. As a
Give them
union,
their retirement.
yes, 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 yes. And I am on. Well, I spoke before the Washington D.C. Council from the union president, one of the union presidents who they know was a powerhouse. He was. I'm gonna give him his credit, and not only that, he saved a lot of jobs, and he was on cases with me as well, and he was a powerhouse and whatnot. And that's Mr. Parker was definitely a powerhouse, and he helped a lot of people. He did save a lot of jobs. He was inspirational and everything else. We are talking in front of the councils. We testifying in front of the council about the D.C. Department of Corrections correctional officers that needed a pension and whatnot. And it's like everybody got a pension, and we needed a pension,
It's no
and we
question.
we wasn't given a pension unless you came in on the civil service, but we wasn't given a pension, and that's crazy. That's crazy.
You had to be in corrections before 1987 to get
Yes,
a pension.
yes, yes. And most of us around that time was in high school. So, I mean, that's just crazy when and also we were the keepers. And when we didn't have anything to defend us, and we were the keepers. And when we get maced, you had to be a sergeant.
Hmm.
And correction
Yeah,
officers, corporals and stuff, they couldn't have that. Our lives were in jeopardy.
no question.
We had the killers. I'd have been in dorms with some rough killers. I'm telling you, some
People made the
rough.
news.
Yeah, a
Y'all
lot
saw
of
the
them have made
news.
the
You was
news.
down there with
A
them.
lot of gang members. But
Hmm.
let me tell you one thing. Like I said, Baron Lorden, it was the respect. The convicts. I respect the convicts. The
Hmm.
convicts gonna give you your respect. Now we serve with dignity, honor, respect, be fair with people. You dealing with people and you dealing with a prison setting and stuff,
Hmm.
you have to be fair.
No
But them
question.
convicts, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Somebody can come out there, Jones, you big fat, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? Them convicts would get that neck, and they shut down right there. And that's
Hmm.
the level of respect that I had when they would shut them down. They
Hmm.
said, "What did you say?" I said, "Uh-huh." I told them, "What, cat got your tongue?"
Hmm.
And when that's somebody just moving in the dorm that don't know. But
Hmm.
guess what? When I came back the next day, one of that person wasn't in the dorm anymore. So, but it's about the level of respect. And like I said, I have respect for the convicts always. The inmates now, they tell on their mama. This had a damn inmate drop a note. Drop a note on, and you can have an officer, somebody pick up a note and tell them, yeah, get this person their cell, what y'all got a cell phone, get this person. You tell them that? You're supposed to be this big man, big man. Believe, always remember the bigger man is the bigger girl, okay? And the bigger sucker. Believe that. I've seen it. And when I've seen it behind closed doors. We've seen it behind closed doors. That's crazy. When they talk all this mess behind closed doors. when okay, when let me see. After the correctional corner because of let me see, where was I? I'm sorry, I got off. When what are the biggest differences between being a correctional officer and being a police officer?
Well, I'm gonna
I
start
love
with
that part.
the similarities. I think um, to be a good, effective police officer, you have to have good communication skills also,
Mhm.
and I think you have to have good communication skills to be a correction officer. But I think it's different. Like with policing, you're normally responding to a traumatic scene.
Yeah.
So when you get on the scene, you have to have a calming confidence. You have to be calming. You have to be confident, and you have to get this person to trust you, so to speak, so they can actually tell you what occurred. And you have to have empathy when you do it. You have to show empathy.
Mhm.
Um, with corrections, it's different. You don't have to have the you don't have to have the calming, empathetic
Mhm.
posture. Okay,
Mhm.
because you know me when you're dealing with scenes, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. The stabbing, you're not going to know when the stabbing will happen, right?
Mhm.
You just respond. So, but you still have to have effective communications to run your housing unit, to maintain a level of respect, and to even possibly find out what's going to happen before it happens.
Mhm.
But just the communication, the way we communicate is probably the main. I'm gonna say communication is the similarities that you have to be an effective communicator on
Mhm.
both.
Mhm.
And like I say, in the difference, I think the difference is just the level of um, like I explained earlier, you in a dormitory, everything is like overt in your face. I mean, it's in your face. You can't escape it.
Mhm.
And like I say in
Mhm.
policing, you can find little pockets to escape the madness, but they both are very dangerous jobs,
Mhm.
and more police officers get killed per year than correction officers, right?
Mhm. Yes.
But more
Yes.
correction officers get assaulted per
Mhm.
year.
Yes.
So they both are dangerous. So
Mhm.
that's some of the similarities and differences that I would say.
Mhm.
But just because you're a good correction officer, that don't mean you're gonna be a good police officer.
Oh
Just
no.
because you're a good police officer, that don't mean you're gonna be a good correction officer.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say this: I never consider myself a great police officer. I think I was adequate, but I do think I was a great correction officer,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I really do.
So what do you think that going on? Because you had that always had that leadership, and you always had that
You said,
great
why did I
supervision
think what?
about the difference between being a DC police officer as opposed to corrections one because you already had that ability because my our thing in corrections is if you work corrections you can work anywhere. You can be where a lot of them are special police officers. A lot of them cross over to the police department. I've seen them do it all the time and whatnot. And so, and they take that continued leadership and the supervision and stuff over to MPD or whatever police department they're going to, PG or wherever. So why you say you wasn't the best of?
No, I'm not saying I was. I'm just comparing what I did best. I think
Okay.
I was a better correction officer than I was police officer. Because
Okay.
in policing, it's it's so much. It's just so much
Yeah.
to learn.
You
You know,
I
sometimes
can
you got to call,
imagine.
man. Look here, man. I got this going on. Say,
Hmm.
for instance, you might not be a traffic person. You might
Hmm.
not know all the traffic laws, but you might be good at something else.
Hmm.
Because it's just so many areas that you have to know about, which is humanly impossible. So you got to get on the phone. I'm gonna have to call my man Isaac Scott. Hey, Isaac, this is what I got on this traffic stop, and because I know he does it all the time, and
Hmm.
I know he knows that he's gonna give me the right correct information.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? In corrections, I didn't have to like call and
Hmm.
say, man, this was like what I got
Hmm.
because it wasn't as vast.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It
Hmm.
wasn't. I didn't have that vast. It wasn't that vast of something I had to master. It's hard to master everything in police.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all. That's what I'm trying to say. It's
You know,
just too
coming
much.
upon the scene um, and the circumstances.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Mm. Um, I think we went over this question. Did your experience as a correctional officer influence your policing style? I think, and if so, and how?
That's a great question, Dion.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna say absolutely yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. When I responded to a scene,
Hmm.
I took it serious, right?
Hmm.
Because anytime you putting the handcuffs on somebody and you taking away their freedom, you want to make sure you're right because prison is not for the innocent.
Yes.
And what burns me up is when I look at these documentaries of these people who've been incarcerated for 20, 30 years for crimes they haven't committed, right?
Wow.
And then you hear about officers, how they tamper with evidence or they hid
Hmm.
evidence. Why in the hell they ain't in prison?
Hmm.
You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Why in the hell they not being prosecuted?
Yes.
So yeah, it did affect me because I understood what went on behind them gates. I took it
Hmm.
serious.
Yes.
And for them officers who do that type of stuff, they need
Definitely.
to go in there. They need to be locked up, put in there,
Hmm.
and and see that environment. You put that innocent man there for all them years.
Yes.
So yeah, it definitely helped me become a better police officer because I took that serious.
That's very good. Well, that's very good. And I have seen personally some cases where a person was cleared from DNA evidence and
Mm-hmm.
some more stuff and served a lot of time. Yeah, I mean a lot of time. And you know, and we have innocent people that's locked up and whatnot. It's unfortunate and whatnot. And you know, it's the type of world we live in and whatnot. And that's
Don't get me wrong. If you do the crime, you do the time, right?
yes.
But if you didn't do the crime, you shouldn't be doing the time, especially if you covered up evidence and you know this person is innocent.
Hmm.
Your ass should be in jail
Oh yes,
for for that 15,
and I
20. For the
agree.
amount of years that man do, you should do the same.
Yes, right. That's right. Or falsely accused,
Exactly.
which is was often. It's often. It's more often than we know. Okay. The next question is, if you could give any advice to any young person considering their career in corrections, what would you tell them?
Man, you asking some excellent questions, Dion. I would tell them, first of all, I would tell them, if you're thinking about applying for the DC Department of Corrections, don't do it.
Run.
Run. Right? If you're going, I'm gonna tell you don't do it. But if you're going to do it, go and do it where you're appreciated.
Hmm.
You can get your pension, like PG County,
Hmm.
Montgomery County. You don't want to be a correctional officer in the DC Department of Corrections because it's not respected like it should be.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that would be what I would say.
Okay, and that's very fair. Well, we know that Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States, and it's very political. You see Congress, you got to see the senators, and see everything. It's very political.
Give correctional officers their pension.
Yes, definitely, definitely. A lot of correctional officers work, and we serve with dignity, honor, respect. Um, Most of us do when I serve with dignity, honor, respect. And it's a lot of great officers, and also non-uniform staff too. I love them as well. They've been so cool. Okay, if you could go back and speak to the younger self on your first day at Lorton, what advice would you give them?
None. Because I went in there, I figured it out on my own, and I came out unscathed and with a wealth of knowledge. So I don't think I would give myself any advice. I would say go in there and figure it out. Because one thing about corrections, nobody gonna hold your hand when you walk through the gates.
Mhm.
You gotta go in there and earn your respect on your own.
I want to piggyback on that. Do you regret anything you have done? When I say regret, I'm talking about coming to the Department of Corrections, DC
No,
Department of
that's the
Corrections.
decision I made in my life. No, I
Okay.
would give myself, and this is the thing, I would give myself some advice, but the advice that I'm giving you, I took it from myself.
Okay.
My first year in corrections,
Hmm.
I didn't say too much. I was too busy taking it all in and learning.
Hmm.
So I'm saying, go in there in your first year, you learn, you watch, you observe, take it all in. For that next year, you're gonna be on your own.
Hmm.
So that's what I would say. Um, learn. Be quiet and learn. Take it all in. Observe.
Hmm. That's powerful. Well, thank you for that. What do you hope that the readers and listeners ultimately take away from your story
To be honest with you,
and from the book?
I didn't write the book hoping that the readers took anything away from it.
Hmm.
I wrote the book to tell my truth. I wrote the book hoping that it would be a good read.
Hmm. And it is.
But if but it is messages in the book.
Hmm.
Definitely messages in the book. And I would say one of the messages they would get out of the book is um, never really look down on people.
Hmm.
You know, meet them where they at.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And one thing I can say,
Yes.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna see you where you were 20 years ago if you're no longer that person.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna meet you where you at now. So there's a lot of people went to prison and made mistakes
Yes.
when they were young,
Hmm.
but now that they're older, they out here doing great things.
They are.
So I'm gonna meet them where they at now, not where they were 20 years ago. And I'm
Hmm.
gonna say this. That's why I reference some ex-inmates in this book because they are my friends
Hmm.
and they are doing absolutely well in life.
Hmm.
You know, they're
Hmm.
doing well. So I didn't meet them where they were. I meet them where they at.
Hmm.
And whenever I call them, and this is the thing, I met some of these guys in prison,
Hmm.
right? But if I call them, they live just as quick as the people that I've known longer than them. And
Hmm.
I'm not going to go into their names. I mean, I'm not going
Oh,
to go into
yes.
specifics. I
Me
was going to
too.
say specifics because names in the book.
Hmm.
But if I call them, they coming like the Cowboys.
Hmm.
And I met them when they were in prison.
Hmm.
Some people that I've known in my childhood, I call them and it's
Hmm.
like, so I meet people where they at. I don't
Yes.
look down on anyone.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But that makes you the effective leader that you have always been. And I can relate to that. We got one of the former inmates that served a lot of time, and I met his mother and them, and I'm good friends with a lot of former inmates. And inmates may see me at Walmart or something, they hug me and they say, "Well, baby, this is the guy right here that let me do this." And he was cool with us. And, he supervised. We did everything, man. He looked out but whatnot. And one of we have a lot of inmates online and whatnot. And I could tell, when you worked in corrections so many years as we have as correctional professionals and worked in many capacities and so on, inmates. When a lot of inmates are podcasters, a lot of them
Mm-hmm.
are podcasters, and one of the inmates who came from the Washington D.C. Department of Corrections. He's doing a great job. And he has a late night show, and he's outstanding. And I'm proud of him. His mother, she's gone on now. She was my heart. I went over in Northeast DC. But he's doing great. I'm proud of him, and he's giving back to the community, and he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. So I definitely understand that. You never judging anybody, and when you don't know that person might help you, but you call that person, they're there for you. They're there for you more than your family, or some of your so-called friends in your circle. You call, they gonna come. They ready to hey, they ready to do this. I said, no, 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 I don't need you to do this now. Like they enforce us.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I got to tell this big story. I'm on the police department, right? I'm on Martin Luther King Avenue.
Oh God.
That was my district. Shout out to Isaac Scott, my brother right there. We grew up together. He's at 72. You here to support me.
Isaac gonna come up with his book next. You know what I mean? Papa be proud. You know that he proud anyway. Yeah.
So I'm on Martin Luther King Avenue, a full uniform. I see an ex-inmate from Lawton. So he see me, Jeff. He come on over, we talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin named Tom, right? He sees me, so he pulls over there. That's my cousin. We talk trash to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So he walked over there and was talking trash to me. So the ex Lawton dude was ready to go at him.
Yes.
I was like, hold on, nah. I was like, that's my cousin, man. But I'm just saying, that's how it is. He was ready to jump on my cousin.
Yes.
Like, nah, man,
Yes.
cousin,
Brought back good memories. Yes. Yes. So that's
true.
But it goes back to, like I said, somebody come in your dorm and they might be running their mouth and they don't know, but the convicts or whatnot, I'm gonna tell you, they gonna have your back. They gonna have your back. When a lot of the brothers, they had my back. They did and whatnot, and someone can say something, they ready. Or you call on that phone, they ready. Say, ooh, they are the enforcers. That's for sure. Lord and convicts and whatnot. They were very strong, and a lot of them part of southeast, northeast, southwest, northwest, whatever section of Washington D.C. They had your back. When you serve with dignity, honor, respect, you ain't gonna get no flack. You just not gonna get no flack. And when you call on them, they're gonna be right there. They don't care if you wore that damn badge or not. And when they gonna be right there. When if you straight up with them and you got them, they got your back.
I'll give you another quick instance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a police department, full uniform. I'm in this part of the city called Chopper City.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing an accident report. And it's like 20 dudes down there just hanging out. And I hear dudes say, Jeff, right? From the 20. So I look and he come walking up the street. And I'm going to say his name. So he's passed away. God bless Jay.
Mm-hmm.
He saw me and I'm in uniform. And he's down there with a whole rack of dudes. So he can run up the street. And he hugged me. He gave me like a bad hug because he hadn't seen me in a while. So he hugged me. I Slim, man, I'm in full uniform. You down here with all them dudes, man. They going. He was like, Jeff, I ain't worried about that. He said, man, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, I love you, Jeff. He said, he know what type of dude I am. He said, that's why I can come and do that. And he said, when I go back down there, they not gonna ask me any questions. But I'm gonna tell him, you was a Lawton correction officer when I came in young, and he's like, you gave me advice, and the advice you gave me was, because I did give him advice because I saw him coming in young and being a knucklehead, and I had to pull him to the side, Jay. Come on, man, you got to, you want to get up out of here. You got 10 years. Don't make it 30. Don't make it 40. So the people you hanging with, try to find another circle. Because the people you hanging with like killers, man. I'm telling you. So, and he took that to heart. And when he saw me, and I hadn't seen him in a long time, he saw me. He didn't care. But he died a few years back, and I went to his balloon releasing, and may God bless him, man. Rest in peace, Jay. Anyway,
Yeah.
Jay Courtney.
when you develop different type of relationships and so on, whatnot, maybe people too, and it's been it's been up and down, but they have been fair. Most of the inmates have been very fair with me, especially the convicts. I have a lot of respect for. Is there anything we haven't discussed that you would like to tell your audience at this time?
I just want to thank everybody for their support. Um, the book is doing pretty well.
Hmm.
I mean, all the reposts, I mean, DMs, just people that I don't know DMing me and just telling me how much they enjoy the book is it's kind of been overwhelming.
Yes.
I want to thank everybody who allowed me to use their real name. I want to thank you for calling me up and like, man, come talk about your book.
Hmm.
This is the first podcast platform that I've been on, so I really
Hmm.
appreciate you giving me the platform because
It's
you're the
my
first.
pleasure.
And I just want to thank all your subscribers.
Oh yes.
Make sure
Oh
you
yes.
follow my man Dion, my lifelong friend. We grew up together. Make sure y'all follow his platform and support him because I definitely am. Mm-hmm.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Um, where can listeners purchase the Lorton Penitentiary Rules Are Meant to Be Broken?
Lorton Penitentiary Rules Are Made to Be Broken could be purchased on Amazon.
Mhm.
And after you read it, I want a fair assessment. Go back to Amazon, rate it 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, whatever you perceive it as. Rate the book. And again, I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on your platform.
Mhm. Okay. And also, I wanted you to, the lastly, when I wanted to read this, we already talked about the transition, but to read the back of your book.
You said read it?
Hmm.
Okay. And, and rules are meant to be broken. J. Jefferson take you inside a system where tension was constant, respect had to be earned,
Hmm.
and every decision could carry consequences.
Hmm.
As a young correctional officer navigating the overcrowded dorm, unpredictable violence, and shifting power dynamics, he quickly learned that the rules written on paper didn't always match reality.
All
This
right.
is more than a story about prison. It's a story about pressure, leadership, fear, and
Hmm.
growth in an
Hmm.
environment where weakness could cost you everything. Told in a raw, honest, and lived experience, this memoir pulls back the curtains of a world few ever truly see. Lorton Penitentiary Rules Are Meant to Be Broken. Thank you again for allowing me to come and talk with you today,
Hmm.
and I appreciate it.
Well, that's always. I'm telling you, it's a pleasure of having you here on my platform, and also on YouTube. Not only YouTube, but mainly my TikTok fans. When I love TikTok, I wanted to shout out TikTok. Been outstanding, and thank you for your love, TikTok, and also Facebook. Well, thank you for your love. Instagram, I mean YouTube, on my short story side. Thank you for your love and whatnot. That's dedicated. That side is definitely dedicated to God, and the other side is my general population unit side. I'm saying unit, like a correctional setting. But anyway,
Can I say one more?
oh yes.
I want to thank my editor, September Herring. She's out of Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
My technical staff,
Mm-hmm.
my daughter Tamika Myers, my cousin Benjamin Kyler, and I definitely had to thank them because without them, this project wouldn't have made it to Amazon and to people houses.
Okay. Was anybody else inspirational for you, encouraging for you to write the book? And
Yeah, me. I want to thank myself.
you didn't say Thornell, but
That's my brother. He encouraged me to write the book.
where you at, Thornell? Okay.
He's a word.
Well, that's great. That's great. That's great. Any other questions or anything you might have? Oh, okay. Um, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to part one, part
We
two,
got to thank our audience.
and part three. Definitely. Hello, Mr. Scott.
My brother Albert Scott.
Yes, definitely. Definitely, and also to the Scott family. Oh, God bless you. Whatnot. And I tell you, very powerful family, good family. And whatnot, good family, good wholesome family, beautiful. Whatnot, we've known all our lives. Yes, yes, about dignity, honor, and respect. That's the family. That's what he's standing on too. That's for sure. That's for sure. We have several accounts on the department. So the department has been it was good, and my experience has been it was good at the beginning, and the academy was beautiful. We were the second largest class in Washington D.C. Department of Corrections history, and we were a large class. And I had the privilege of standing in before dignitaries and directors, deputy directors, as a cadet on stage and before thousands of visitors and saying a speech and motivation and stuff. And I was a member of, I guess, the class, when a sergeant at arms, because we had a president, well, chairman, vice chairman, and stuff like that. So I had the privilege of standing up there and talking. I was a cadet. I was nervous, but I got everything straight and everything else. And being an acting zone lieutenant and serving with 25,000 inmates in my care and 240 officers supervising over hospitals and representing the D.C. Department of Corrections, such as Jeff. When Jefferson definitely, Jay definitely represented the agency just like he represented Washington D.C. MPD, and I always say D.C. finest MPD. I have a lot of respect for MPD. God bless y'all. And when y'all work hard, y'all do. Y'all work hard. All the police officers. I got a shout out to when they work hard and their lives are on you know, every day. They put their lives in danger every day because we have all kinds of people out here. And not only that, correctional officers around the world as well. They work hard, and we are the keepers. We are the keepers and whatnot. And a lot of times we don't get that love and that support, as from management, from wardens, and directors, deputy directors, and all these high officials, and they look down on us, and they do, and I'm living proof of that when I tell you they look down on us, and they do, and many of my cases they have, they turn a blind eye to what's going on. Like the young ladies who were allegedly assaulted up uh, in New York and different other things on duty and stuff. We hear you and whatnot, and I sympathize because I've been advocating and fighting for people rights for a long time, and when people work hard, when because you wear that badge, always remember people who wear the badge are not bad people. We're there to help you. There, these gentlemen in here in here with me are dedicated, great officers. I grew up with them. They're dedicated officers. They're good people and serve with dignity, honor, and respect at all times. And you're gonna get that love back. Believe me that. When I'm gonna tell you, the brothers took care. They took up for me. They did. They protected me down, Lord. And I'm gonna tell you, I've been at a rough institution on the hill, and on the hill, whew, I seen heads almost severed from the body, and so it wasn't a joke. Whatnot. And I've seen stabbings. I've seen all kinds of assaults and some more stuff. So it wasn't a joke. But you know what? But most of all, God was there. God is number one, my heart, soul, and mind. And I thank God for growing up with Jeff, my sister's favorite. She loved him. Well, that she did. She loved him. My Tammy Lisa, she loved him. Whatnot. It was good. Coming from a good family, a good dude. And then also, as a Scott, they come from a good family as well. Wasn't a Scott family, a good family. And whatnot. And I want to thank Nathan Dumas also outstanding and whatnot, over 25 years of friendship, and he's the one who always produced and always there and whatnot. So when you have dedicated people there, the Gold Rings and different other people, and whatnot. When you have good people, stick with those people. You know. Okay. All right, everyone. I'm signing off. This is Dion Devon, podcast and reviews. On here, we believe in transparency and we believe in keeping it real. All right. Thank you for coming, and thank you, and whatnot, and be blessed.